Middle of next week, but not bitterly cold just yet, Dia.
All right, Jill, thank you. Social media depression may hit girls harder than boys, and the first monthly jobs report of the year has just been released. Jane King has these stories and so much more. It's today's Business Report.
312,000 jobs were added in the U.S. in December, way more than expected. The unemployment rate came in at 3.9%. That was an increase from November, but mainly up because of a big jump in people leaving their jobs. Healthcare added a whopping 50,000 jobs last month, the highest number on record for that sector. Manufacturing and retail also added workers. The Forever stamp set for a big price hike. The increase, which includes a 10% spike in the Forever stamps, is the biggest jump since 1991, takes effect January 27th. The stamp will then cost 55 cents. Prices will also climb to send documents and packages by Priority and Priority Express. Well, experts have long warned that too much Snapchatting and Instagramming can come with some downsides. There appears to be a connection between social media use and depressive symptoms in 14-year-olds, and that connection may be much stronger for girls than boys. That's according to a study published in the journal eClinical Medicine. Well, Cruise and DoorDash are teaming up in San Francisco in 2019. So basically, this would allow food delivery, but no human interaction. The autonomous deliveries by Cruise will be tested this year. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King with your business update.
All right, Jane, thanks so very much. Let's take a look, see how stocks are performing. Nice healthy rally for the Dow, up 659 points is it right now at 23,345. NASDAQ Composite doing the same thing, rallying northward 249 points to at 6712. For many Americans, finding a new job is at the top of their resolutions list, but finding work may depend largely on your location. Wallet Hub recently compared more than 180 U.S. cities to find the best for those in the market for a new job. The study finds Scottsdale, Arizona, with one of the highest median annual incomes, is the overall best city to find a job. Columbia, Maryland comes in second, followed by Orlando, San Francisco, and Colorado Springs, Colorado. According to Wallet Hub, the worst city to find a new job is Fayetteville, North Carolina, due to the low monthly starting salaries and low employment growth. As far as Kentucky, Lexington came in at number 90 on that list, Louisville, number 129. The partial government shutdown continues into its 14th day, and there are some states that are more affected by the shutdown than others. According to Wallet Hub, the District of Columbia is most affected. It's tied with Hawaii and Maryland for having the highest share of federal jobs. The District of Columbia also has the highest share of families receiving supplemental nutrition assistance. New Mexico comes in second with a high percentage of federal workers. Wallet Hub also finds so-called red states are less affected by the shutdown than blue states. Those states, mostly in the middle of the country, are least affected by the government shutdown, with Minnesota being the least affected, according to Wallet Hub. Wisconsin has the lowest share of federal jobs. McDonald's is expected to roll out a new breakfast item in the coming months. The fast food chain is reportedly planning to sell donut sticks for a limited time during breakfast hours. It's according to a Business Insider report. Now, Dunkin' Donuts released donut fries last summer for a limited time, and they quickly became one of the most popular items. McDonald's has not yet confirmed the report, but says consumers can expect more product news in 2019. Well, Ford is recalling more than 953,000 vehicles worldwide to replace Takata passenger airbag inflators that can explode and shoot shrapnel. This includes 782,000 vehicles in the U.S. and is part of the largest series of recalls in U.S. history. Included are the 2010 Ford Edge and Lincoln MKX, the Ford Ranger, the 2010 to 2012 Ford Fusion and Lincoln MKZ, Mercury Milan, and Ford Mustang. Some of the recalls may be limited to specific geographic areas of the U.S. At least 23 people have been killed worldwide by the inflators. Women who take opioids after giving birth are at a higher risk of becoming chronic users. It's according to a study out of Vanderbilt University that tracked about 102,000 new mothers. It showed women who filled an opioid prescription after a C-section or vaginal delivery were more likely to continue taking them. Experts say doctors may want to consider alternative methods for pain management. And a recent study suggests hearing loss may increase the risk of early death, especially among those who live alone. Researchers from Columbia University looked at data from 50,000 older adults living in Norway. They found seniors with spouses or partners had a lower risk of death due to hearing loss than those who were single. Experts say family members were more likely to suggest hearing aids and other important health services. Chris?
Some residents in Florida are on edge.